Hey guys, it's Luke with Motor Minds.
And Jack.
For the
also
very
with Motor
first
Minds.
time, besides some other videos that he's been in, he is in a video doing a car review with me. Very special occasion.
Yes.
And to match that special occasion, we are driving a very special car. And that car is, wait for it, the 2018 Subaru Forester.
Yes.
Now you may be thinking, you guys already did a Forester. You did a 2017 XT. Why are you reviewing yet another Subaru Forester? Well, this isn't your average Subaru Forester. You care to explain?
Well, this isn't your average review, because today we aren't reviewing just a car. We're really reviewing what you could do to a car, what you could do to it straight from the factory.
Exactly.
So, World Subaru in Tin Falls, they do one-off cars where they customize it, they lift it, they do all this work to it, and they'll do it by request. So this one
is completely customized. You will not find another car like this on the road, because these have all been done custom by World Subaru. It's a custom kit, and it's awesome. And let's just get going on what makes this car completely different from any other Forester you'll see on the road. It has a 2-inch LP Adventure lift kit, and it's also running some pretty beefy tires and rims.
Let me explain. So it has 17-inch RTX Envies, yes, thank you.
Because everyone's going to be envying these bad boys. And they're wrapped with BF Goodrich KO2 off-road
those
tires.
Things are beefy.
They are seriously knobby.
They are some serious off-road tires.
Yeah, we pulled onto some gravel, and obviously the only appropriate thing to do was to turn off the traction control and floor it.
Yes.
And these tires grip. This is for some serious off-road stuff. You can do really good stuff with this car, and its ground clearance is about 9.5 inches, which is pretty decent with this lift kit. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it also has a brush guard, also designed by LP Adventure.
That looks so damn good.
No, it really does.
It really
does. It's not one of those crappy ones that's just for show.
They're not playing around.
Bolted on. This thing is intense.
Yep.
It's really well done, and it just adds to the look of this car. It has this really cool paint. It's not just black, but it's like almost a blackish, like metallic with a little bit of purple in it. Like, did you see that?
Yeah.
Just the way it looks in the light looks really awesome. And another thing that makes this car unique is it has a blacked out mesh grille in the front, and the badge in the back is also blacked out. It has a blacked out surround, which really makes this car look a lot more epic than a standard Forester. Not like the wheels, lift, and tires didn't already do that, you know. But let's talk a little bit about the Subaru Forester in general. Now, if you do want a full review on the Forester, go check out our review on the 2017 Subaru Forester XT. We go through everything in that car.
Interior, exterior, engine, all that.
That is a full review. This is more of a review
Today
of the
we are focusing on the package and customization of what you can do.
Yeah, so, I mean, this car has the 2.5-liter flat 4, 170 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 9 seconds. That's all well and good. However, since these are custom made per order, you could have World Subaru produce you one of these with an XT
package,
which has the 2-liter turbo, which does 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. Of course, when you add bigger tires and whatnot, more rolling resistance, it'll slow it down a little bit, but it'll be a heck of a lot faster than this car. Now, just driving around in this car, you immediately notice the high ground clearance. You look out over this hood, and I mean, you used to own an 07 Avalanche. I mean, how would you describe it?
So, it does feel like you're driving a truck, and I mean that in a good way. You feel powerful, you feel like you have a commanding position on the road, and it inspires this confidence that you could really do anything with it.
Pretty much.
And that's what you want with a car with a lift kit and beefy tires and 17-inch rims. You want to know you could do anything, and you want to feel like you could do anything.
When you park this next to a regular Forester, you immediately notice how much higher off the ground this car is. And driving it, you feel like you have to like look down and squint to see things on the road. You really sit high.
Looking down at the peasants, you know, in your throne.
The other thing that's great about this kit that you can get with World Subaru is that it's installed by professionals that know what they're doing and designed for this car.
Yeah, it's not done in some kid's garage that you hired for $100, you know.
So you know you're getting a quality product, which means it drives really, really well. The steering weight is actually not that bad.
I actually like the steering a lot, yeah.
It's really not that bad at all. To place the car on the road where you want and all that, I mean, it works great. Obviously, it's not a handling machine. I mean, it's a Subaru Forester and then they lifted it. I mean, it's not for handling. But it does drive pretty decently, and the turning radius
It's surprisingly
It's on
good.
point. It works. It's a real good turning radius. Steering is light and accurate. Feels good. And the addition of this kit to the Forester just didn't ruin the driving experience.
No, and I did think it would.
I was kind of concerned that it was going to handle really, really
the Forester
poorly.
that was a great car. It handled well. It was comfortable. It was quiet. It was contained. So I thought, I just think they're going to ruin it with all this, the lift kit but the suspension they put on.
It's really, really good.
Really good. I mean, it doesn't take too long to reset, and you do get some body roll in turns.
I mean, that's to be expected,
yeah, exactly.
But it's not overly so.
Yeah, and it's not lackadaisical to return back to level position. I mean,
it doesn't, if you didn't notice the added ride height, you wouldn't know just by driving that you're driving a lifted car, which I feel like is what they were going for, and that's one of the advantages of having professionals do the work for you. It's because you know you're going to get a product that is going to maintain what Subaru was going for originally with the Forester, just adding these things to it to make it even better. There's really no drawback. The only drawback I could see is fuel economy. We've been averaging 13.2 mpg on this test drive.
Yes.
That's not very good.
Not very. I mean, keep in mind this is all around town.
It's all around town
during
a film shoot. This isn't your average driving session. But to be brutally honest, in city driving, I wouldn't expect to see much higher than 20 miles to the gallon in this car. Just being brutally honest with you. Bigger tires, more rolling resistance. That's just the reality of it.
And the with a small engine and
you have to work the engine a lot harder.
The engine, you can definitely tell it's revved up a lot more than the standard Forester would be, just to get it up to speed and everything, and that kills your fuel economy.
I mean, it wouldn't say it feels a lot slower than a standard Forester. I've driven a Forester with this engine, and it doesn't feel a whole lot slower, but you definitely notice the engine has to work a bit more. Now, this engine does have a CVT, which overall just makes it a lot smoother, but when you have to merge on the highway, expect to sit at around 4,000 RPM while the engine screams away.
But
and you're thinking
they have done some trickiness with the throttle response so that at low speeds, and just getting on the throttle initially, it feels quick, right? It feels like you're driving a fast car.
Now, I don't think that's something that these guys specifically did to this car. I think that's
no. I'm talking about Subaru. Yeah,
that's just the throttle tip in on this car. So when you first hit the gas, you're like, "Damn, feels pretty sprightly."
Yeah.
And then it's once you're at speed that you really start to notice the lack of power.
You will notice the lack of power merging onto the highway, especially with the tires.
Yeah, it's not a ridiculously fast car. But one thing I will say is it's very, very comfortable.
Yes.
That's one benefit of having a lift kit and nice off-road suspension.
You hit a pothole,
you don't feel it.
Nothing happens,
You really don't feel it. I mean, you can feel a little bit of impact because they wanted to keep the ride somewhat controlled, but besides that, nothing.
We just hit a pothole. Yeah.
Nothing. You feel a little bit and that's it. And that's the thing that's great, because when I'm driving around the Porsche, I'm constantly searching out for things. This, you go out of your way to hit stuff. You're like, what can I run into today? And Shane at World Super, if you're watching, we're not actually running into things. We're just trying to make a point. We're not destroying your really nice car.
But I think the coolest part about this and what they do at World Subaru is you could talk to our buddy Shane Henderson over there. He, obviously helps us out with all these reviews. And you tell them, exactly what you want, and they'll make it for you. I mean, that's so cool. I've never, that's so cool that a dealership would do that for you. And it's under warranty.
They go out of their way to really just make something that the customer's going to enjoy.
And they'll do engine work to a WRX. They'll do
we are going to review a couple tuned WRXs, but they all sold before we could get our asses up here. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, those cars have such a big market and want you to tune the heck out of them. Sure, they just sold like hotcakes. But I mean, overall, I think the drive of this car has been real good. I mean, you do have a little bit of extra road noise from the off-road tires, but that is 100% to be expected. There's no way you can put tires like this that are this aggressive on a car without it being really unbelievably loud.
But I have to say, they are quieter than I thought.
Oh, a lot quieter.
I mean, you hear them pretty constantly, but it's just it's a background noise.
It's exactly. It doesn't really penetrate.
It's not like you're driving
cabin.
like a Jeep Wrangler, with beefier wheels. You're gonna hear it.
But not in this car. It's a very faint, just humming noise as the tires just purr along. Thanks for the update there.
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely can be loud in some applications, but in this car, these off-road tires, while they're noticeable, not that bad at all. But let's talk a little bit more about this particular Forester. It's the premium, and that means that you get some pretty cool seats. I mean, it's faux leather combined with this really cool, beefy cloth material that you could spill something on and it's not going to stain all that bad. The steering wheel is nicely leather wrapped. You have your center display here. Decent sound system. It's not the Harman Kardon system you can get in higher level models, but sound system is pretty freaking good. And of course you have your X mode for off-roading, which we proved to be very useful in an interesting shot we went and took.
Yep.
Jack definitely displayed that there. And I think one thing I love about the X mode, my favorite feature about the X mode is you'd expect one button, right? Just to activate X mode.
No.
Not here. You get two buttons. You get one button with nice graphics says X mode in huge bold letters.
Arrow.
But then, like he was saying, there's a little arrow. You're like, what's that for? Go and push it?
Nothing happens.
No, it's not a button. What it is a plate with X mode on it with an arrow pointing towards the button that actually activates X mode. Cool feature. Really is. But yeah, I mean, the seat's super comfortable. I have plenty of support. If anything, I could go for a little more thigh support, but that's really it. And Subaru's just really upped their game with build quality in recent years. I mean,
absolutely. It's quiet,
it's not a luxurious machine. Yeah. But you touch the dash and it's soft touch. It feels put together.
Solid. Yeah, absolutely.
It feels solid, well put together.
Everything you touch, all these dials, they have this nice, satisfying click and turn. And
so while it may not scream luxury by any means,
no,
which
but
it doesn't, it screams well-built quality. It's a solid product that you'll be able to enjoy for 200,000 miles.
It feels quite German in here, I must say.
In a way, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And some other features you get a massive
sunroof
only for the front passengers, but we're the only ones that matter.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then it has the blackout package as well, right?
Mm-hmm. It has the blackout package that just makes it look a whole lot nicer,
and some other black things.
Many black things. I mean, the car just looks great. It is a shocker. Like, you see people driving around in their plebeian Subarus and they look at you and they're like, you can see the want in their eyes. They want to have this car.
Yes.
Like, what? There's a guy kind of white Forester literally stalking us at Sandy Hook.
Just staring at us. Like, what is that
He stopped his car in the middle of the road while we're just over filming, doing our own thing. Like, no interaction with him. He just stopped and stared at us.
People have never seen something like this because it's a one-off, and that's what's so cool. And they don't charge you a lot for it.
They really don't. I mean, we can't go into the numbers.
Yeah, because it's going to vary depending on whatever you get.
Exactly. You can apply this kit to any make and model of Forester.
Customize the kit as much as you want.
I mean, what I mean by make and model, I mean by, like, you can have a Forester spec'd any way you want and then apply this package to it.
Right.
So, like, let's say I wanted it to have the brown leather seats, Harman Kardon, but I still wanted this engine, or I don't know, just imagine that, and you can still apply this kit to it. It's not like, oh, you get the kit and you're stuck with black cloth seats.
You tell them what car you want the kit on and they'll put it on any car.
Exactly.
And you tell them exactly what you want. It's not a set kit, and that's the coolest part.
Yeah, there's a lot of customization available. And like Jack said earlier, it's still covered under warranty because it's installed at a certified dealership. They know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, if you're looking for a Forester that you can still daily drive, still gets decent fuel economy, it's practical, but you want to take it on some serious off-roading, I mean, I think this is probably your best option. Wouldn't you say so?
I'd say so. And for the record, our fuel economy has
gone up.
It's been going up ever since we started.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're up to 14 now. We started at 12, so it's clearly we're not getting an accurate reading here, so don't go off that.
Exactly. I'd expect to see about 20 in the city, maybe high 20s on the highway. That's what I'd realistically expect to see. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is one hell of a car. World Subaru has a bunch of other awesome cars there, too. They have a lifted and modified Subaru Outback. They have a Crosstrek that had been wrapped with this really cool matte green. Yeah, they have some cool stuff there. So definitely check them out. It's World Subaru in Tinton Falls, New Jersey. They were awesome enough to lend us this one-off custom Subaru Forester
for the whole day.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, they're great guys over there, and they'll definitely hook you up and give you a good deal. Like we said, we can't go into the specifics because it's always going to vary, but it was reasonable. I mean, we're not just saying that. It really was.
It legitimately was reasonable.
Like, it was cheaper than if you did it yourself. Like, or cheaper than if you had somebody else do it.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. I mean, if you were thinking of doing this to a Forester and you haven't bought one yet, don't bother going through someone else to do it. Go through these guys. It's just so much better. But yeah, overall, that basically sums up this 2018 Forester. It's such an epic car. Really lucky to be able to do a review like this on such an exclusive and unique vehicle. Very happy that Jack could join me in this review. It's nice to have someone in the car with me so I'm not just drowning in my own loneliness. But yeah, I mean, definitely browse the channel. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in the content. Drop a comment, and hopefully you guys will tune in and watch our next video.